Right, we've done a lot of videos on this YouTube channel, but we've never sat down and spoken about VAR individually. I think it's time we do that, eh, Dad?
Absolutely, Theo. Do we like it? Do we hate it?
Well, I've got 8 videos, which I've got together with my subscribers, and we're going to be letting you react to them for the first time and basically see what you think about it.
It's a bit like Gogglebox, really.
Yeah, exactly. But instead of calling Jake Paul certain words we won't say on this YouTube channel, you're going to be calling Mike Dean those certain words. Or not, because I want my monetization.
Yeah, but Theo, Jake Paul is a
Josh, silence it. Right, so as you know, West Brom, 3rd minute here. Take a shot on goal, it's saved. The ball goes out. A volley. Diagne heads it in. Have you got a problem with that?
It looked like a good goal.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's been given offside. VAR decided to check this.
Right.
The lino pulled up his flag.
The linesman's eyes, you look in his eyes, he hasn't got a clue, has he? He's guessing.
He is guessing, and you're about to see the angle that the linesman saw it from. You're about to see.
The shot comes in from
Here we go,
the right.
That's the decision. Now there's 2 players standing there. The one that's offside doesn't touch the ball.
Right.
And he's not viewing the block of the defender,
Yes.
the goalkeeper, so he doesn't count in the offside rule. But Diagne's onside because of Vestergaard's leg.
I mean, it's just wrong, isn't it? It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
It's just wrong.
No, wait for it, Dad. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait until you see the angles. You're about to see the angles. You're in for a shock here. Because of Vestergaard's leg, Diagne is completely onside. VAR looked at this and still awarded offside. I just don't get it.
You've got all that technology in the VAR room, haven't you?
Yeah.
All that resource. And how can you possibly get that wrong? I mean, that is appalling.
It's embarrassing.
Now, I heard about that one.
Yeah.
The VAR guys couldn't get the angles. They couldn't see everything. And because of that, they disallowed it. West Brom were robbed there. Lucky they won 3-0.
How can you disallow a goal that should have stood? Look, they've even got a video of them in the VAR room. You can see what we can see. Vestergaard's leg is keeping Diagne on. They've saw Carl Bartley, and they've simply thought Carl Bartley was the one heading it. That's what the linesman thought. But VAR surely has got to give that goal back.
Is that the VAR room? It looks like someone's spare bedroom. That's pretty crap, isn't it?
No, it's pretty bad, isn't it? Well, if you thought that was bad, let's move on to the second VAR decision we're going to be going through from this season. And this one's pretty interesting. It's VAR stopping Manchester United, making it 1-0 against Tottenham. We were live for this game. You saw this happen live. You don't even need to see a replay for this.
I feel really bad. Has Heung-min's son, has he come out of hospital yet? I mean, that is just pure embarrassing. It's a little...
Oh no, that VAR! You could have killed me. Stop the goal, ref.
Look, we were watching this at the time. It's just pure embarrassing from Heung-min's son. And I know there was a bit of a ding-dong, wasn't there, between Solskjaer and Jose.
Jose at the end of the game,
It's a light flick. It's embarrassing by the player. It's embarrassing by the VAR guys to get that wrong. I mean, Scotty McTominay is a Lancaster boy. I'll tell you what, if he wanted to put someone on the floor, he could have.
The thing is about the Scotty boy, he's a big lad. He was brought up in the schools of Lancaster. So are you, weren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
And you know how hard that is. If you give a foul for that, you're going to be looking like a right mug in Lancaster, aren't you?
Theo, if Heung-min's son was in Lancaster and he went down like that, he'd be laughed out of town.
The goal should have stood.
Because VAR should have looked at that and laughed.
Let's move on to the third one we're going to be going through. The third VAR decision. We've got 8 to get through. We could have done about 20. I mean, there's so many different suggestions. If you guys would like a part 2, comment down below a VAR decision you'd like us to review. Maybe a Thog Dad live reaction. Let's get on to this one, okay? We've just spoken about a decision where they've given a foul from VAR.
Yes.
Now let's talk about a decision where they didn't give a foul by looking at it via VAR. Take a look at this, Dad. So this wasn't given as a penalty.
Oh.
This wasn't given as a penalty. Burnley versus Newcastle. 1-0 to Burnley as things stand. A great opportunity for Newcastle.
It's Tarkowski's...
Steve Bruce is saying that's a penalty all day long. He's calling for it. It's a high foot. He basically kicks his face.
Honestly, how can that not be a foul?
It's a joke. It's an absolute
It's a kick in the head. Honestly, that is a penalty all day long. And I saw this at the time.
Yep.
And I just don't know what's going on. He's got his boot up about 5.5 foot.
Yeah.
He should be trying to head that. The lad coming in, the Newcastle lad, is trying to head it. He's trying to do a Thog Dad bullet header.
Yeah.
Penalty all day long. Shocking decision.
And they give no foul.
I think,
it makes
honestly,
no sense. They
some of these fellas in the VAR room, they've probably never played the game.
If that was in one of these big Premier League derby matches, everyone would be screaming, and it probably would be a pen.
Yeah.
But because it's Tarkowski, because it's Burnley, the centre-backs, all of this, they're a bit hard. The VAR room decided not to give it. It's a joke, and there is no consistency.
I know what's happened here.
What?
The referee had Tarkowski in his fantasy team.
He definitely did. He definitely did.
Allegedly.
Right, we've looked at a few foul situations. Now I think it's only right we go back to an offside moment in a big game where Timo Werner was disallowed of this goal. So he puts this in. You know, it's a long ball over from Kai Havertz.
What is wrong with that?
You're about to find out, Thogdad.
Yeah.
Liverpool versus Chelsea.
You're pranking me, aren't you?
No, I'm not pranking you.
Timo Werner's just scored.
Take a look at this. VAR. Possible offside. When the ball comes over, obviously, I think there's another Chelsea player in an offside position. We know that, but he's not involved in the play, so he doesn't count. But Timo Werner is deemed to be offside against Robertson, the far Liverpool defender over there. It really comes down to the wire here. We're going to have to take another angle look at it. Yeah. What's your verdict? What's your thinking, Dad?
It looks so wrong, doesn't it?
Is that on or offside to you?
Well, it's this weird thing. He's got his arm out, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And they've gone from here or something?
They've gone from the shoulder. It's pretty mad.
It's confusing.
Robertson is deemed to be playing Werner offside.
Yeah.
From this angle, to me, and have your own say, it's on the screen now, that's onside.
I mean, back in the day, that is a goal, and my goodness, Timo Werner needs a goal right now.
And by the way, he took it brilliantly around Alisson.
He did.
We live streamed this game. We were saying Alisson's had a mare. And this is, you know, the beginning. Chelsea went on to win this because of Mason Mount anyway. But it's just a shame for Timo Werner.
But it's all about where the hand is and the arm, isn't it?
Yeah.
And maybe they should change that rule such that it's to do with where the feet are.
Yeah.
Isn't that more logical?
So they gave the decision as offside and Chelsea went on to win anyway. But Werner, I feel for him. Right, let's move on to an absolute cracker of a game. Well, not for Liverpool fans. It was a bit of a mayhem game, shall we say. 5-goal thriller, or was it 4 in the end? It was. Everton 2, Liverpool 2 back in October. Me and Thogdad were, I think, out in Montenegro live in this game. There was a lot that went on in this game. A Pickford foul on Van Dijk that put him out injured for like nearly a year now. Like it's going to be a year. But last kick of the game, Liverpool had a goal disallowed where Sadio Mane was played through. Give your verdict on this one, Dad. Was it offside to you or not? Everton 2, Liverpool 2. There's been a red card to the Toffees. It's the 94th minute. Last kick of the game.
It's the 96th minute.
Oh, it's the 96th minute. Sorry, I misread that. Thiago plays the ball through to Sadio Mane. Good bit of skill. He plays the ball into Jordan Henderson, and it goes into the back of the net.
Where is the offside then?
Mane is deemed to be offside, and I'm just going to pause it when the ball is passed here. Take a look at this.
Oh my goodness!
So that's what Mane is deemed to be offside for.
Is it offside?
It stopped him from a last kick of the game moment to win the Merseyside derby.
I cannot believe that because this robbed Liverpool of 2 points.
Yep.
Now, 2 points to Liverpool, if they don't make the Champions League, could be worth 100 million quid.
Yeah.
So that's what this decision could be worth to Liverpool.
Let's not forget, already through this game, they've had Van Dijk coming off injured for a tackle, which wasn't even given a yellow, a red, not even a foul. Because it wasn't like during a play or something like that.
I know.
Pickford wasn't even awarded any kind of problem with it. And then this happens to Liverpool. Second time in the same game.
When that Jordan Pickford incident happened, I picked up my phone and called the police. I said there's been an assault. And that was a red card to Pickford. That is just embarrassing, Theo.
This is crazy.
Because maybe his elbow's off by a millimetre? I don't know. Give the benefit of the doubt to the attacking team.
This is my question for you, Dan.
Yeah.
If it's that close, should it just come down to the benefit of the doubt, the attacking side?
Yes.
Create more goals, keep momentum going, keep the game flowing. Give the benefit of the doubt for the small decisions. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
It's got to be a clear error, surely.
Yeah.
So have a look at less decisions, something like that. Don't even look at it. That's a goal.
Right, let's move on to the next one. We could go on about that game for ages, but we've got an interesting one here. Maguire versus Azpilicueta in the Man United versus Chelsea game. Take a look at this. This wasn't awarded as a penalty. Give your own verdict here, Thogdad. As the ball comes in, you can see it's a battle in the box between the two defenders. Maguire's holding him a lot. As Azpilicueta goes down. I remember we were live streaming this game. I forgot what you said. Is that a penalty for you?
Well, I think at the time I was saying he drinks the vodka, he drinks the Jaeger, his head's very large.
What did you actually say?
No, it's an assault. He's got his arm
you think that's
all
a
around
penalty?
him.
I remember saying,
Yes.
I think I remember saying it wasn't a pen and you said it was.
You can't do that. I mean, it's literally like this.
This is getting a bit too naughty.
You can't do that in football. Yes, there should be a little bit of physicality, a little bit of touching, a bit of jumping together. It's a contact sport.
But this is that's just wrestling.
That's wrestling. That is a penalty all day long.
I mean, comment down below what you think about that decision. I mean, for me, that is definitely a penalty. However, there are, debates about the Hudson-Odoi. You can put on the screen when Hudson. Do you remember when Hudson-Odoi handballed it against Greenwood?
Yeah.
I mean, that was debatable. This was more definite, I would say.
But the interesting thing here, we've seen one go Man United United's way, we've seen one go against them. So in some ways, it might even itself out.
Yeah, but consistency. I mean, why can't decisions just always go to the same plan? I mean, it's a variety of decisions. It's guesswork. Let's go over to the next one, where we're going to be speaking about the Fulham Wolves game, which didn't happen too long ago. I think it was on a Friday night.
Yes.
And in fairness, this game did end 1-0 to Wolves, but before then, Wolves were disallowed a goal. It comes out the lines again. You can see the ball's played through there to the Wolves number 10 from Semedo. What would you reckon for this one, Dad? Is that because Tossen's arm goes over the red line?
Yeah.
And so does the Wolves winger, which I think is Podence. I mean, for you, is that offside or what?
Well, there's this thing called margin of error, Theo. That's one where it's a case of we don't know. Even, the computer doesn't know the answer to that one.
Well, clearly, because they've not measured it by the end of both arms.
Yeah.
If they're going off the shoulders, okay, I mean, maybe the Wolves is like a millimetre ahead. You can see the Fulham player is also over the red line. So it's like, what rules are we going from
Theo,
here?
it's pure guesswork.
Yeah.
I mean, Tosin is in my fantasy team.
I know.
So I was pleased when this was disallowed.
I bet.
It's a goal.
Yeah.
Too close to call.
Fair play. Right, let's move on to the next VAR moment that's happened this season and the final one we're going to speak about this video. But we could do a part 2 if you guys love this, because it is a lot of fun. We're going back to Burnley versus Arsenal. The score was 1-1 at this moment in time. It was around the 80th minute. Nicolas Pepe was denied a penalty in the box when he played it round the Burnley defender. It came off the arm of the Burnley defender here. What would you say to this one, Dad?
Oh, okay, there's two things I'd say. Number one, that's not a very natural position.
No, it's
having
not.
the arm up there, but it's ball to hand, it's ball to arm, as you say.
Okay, but Dad, listen, Arsenal have been stopped in attack in the fashion by Burnley coming in with his hand, the players coming in with his hand and stop play. For me, that's a penalty all day long. The worst thing about it is, VAR looked at this and didn't give a penalty.
You know, of all the ones we've seen, Theo, this is the one where I get the decision.
Let us know what you think. Do you agree with Thogdad? Do you think this is a right decision to not give a penalty? To me, it's a Stonewall pen.
Because, Theo, when you're on a football pitch, you don't run like this.
Yeah, but you don't run like this. No, you don't run like this.
Sometimes, if you saw a video of yourself, sometimes you've got your arms out.
You run like this. Or like...
That is ball to arm. You know, I think
he's kept his arm up like that. Look at the replay again. I mean, to me, Dad, that should be a penalty. And it was 1-1 at the moment in the game as well, so it was a big moment.
Well, I'm going with the Lancastrians. I don't want to fall out with Alistair Campbell, so I'm saying that is a fair decision.
Fair play. Okay, well, that is all the decisions that we've gone through today. All 8 VAR decisions that have happened in the Premier League this season. We can make another 20, 25. Maybe we'll save it for a part 2. How many likes for a part 2, Thogdad?
12,000.
12,000 likes. If you guys really like this, we can turn it into a bit of a series where we go over referees' decisions, VAR moments, and just interesting heated moments in the Premier League this season. So comment down below a VAR decision that we should include for part 2. Smash 12,000 likes and subscribe if you are new around here.
But I've got a question for you.
Go on, Dad.
Is VAR a good thing?
I think it is. Yes. When it comes down to decisions that the linesmen have missed, the referees have not spotted, I think giving a red card for, let's say, a stamp that they look back on and it's clear foul play and he's tried to do it when no one's looking, I think VAR's good. But the millimetre decisions are not. That's my verdict. I would hope that going forward we would basically say, give the benefit of the doubt.
It's got to be a clear error.
Thank you for watching this video. 12k likes for part 2. We've enjoyed it. I think you have too.
I've loved it.
Let's do it. All right. See you in a bit, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
See ya.